You've been sitting on the market for over 90 days, 100 days, 120 days, etc. Currently, right now, the average wait on the market is around 70 days or so, depending on the coast and the state, etc. But usually across the board is around 70 or so days, average days on market for properties to sell. Obviously couple years ago or so, the average, wait on market was 40 days. So definitely a lot longer. And so agents, what are you doing to serve your clients, right? Not just only the traditional route, listing it on the MLS, showing houses to tire kickers. What else are you doing, right? I mean, if you're sitting on the market and you're just dealing with tire kickers, so to speak, and wholesalers that, are sending you unrealistic numbers, I get that, right? One, I think you should deal with realistic wholesalers that know their numbers and can actually bring buyers. That's one. But two, why are you not creating relationships with folks like myself or my partners or anybody else that understands the creative route, right? So now this doesn't work for everyone, and it's all deal dependent. But if you have a client, right, that's maybe can't afford the mortgage anymore, right? Maybe he or she or they got laid off because of the world that we're in today, and so they can't afford the mortgage. They have no equity, right? Little to no equity. Maybe they have $1,000 in equity, what have you, right? Why are you guys not pursuing a creative route instead of letting that property sit on the market and potentially going either the short sale route, foreclosure route, etc., right? Why don't you partner with someone like me or one of my team members, one of my partners, or just anybody in the community that really understands the creative route of subject to, right? Well, what is subject to, right? Subject to the existing mortgage is when I take over your client's mortgage, right? Subject to the existing mortgage and make payments on that mortgage on their behalf, right? So the loan stays in place, the deed gets transferred to me at closing, but I am now currently responsible for making those payments, right? But the loan never leaves the seller's, name. And so one of the pushbacks that I always get, from agents that haven't done these type of transactions is, wait a minute, are you assuming the loan? Quick answer, no, we're not assuming a loan. We don't need to qualify for new debt. We don't want new debt, especially with the interest rates where they are. And now two is this even legal? That's usually another one I get. And so what I always say is to folks that are actively doing deals is to refer to the HUD statement, right? On the HUD statement itself, section 203, I believe it's 203 or 205, I can't remember. It's on there. It's on there. Is this a subject to transaction? Somewhere along those verbiages. And why would the HUD statement disclose something that's illegal? And so some states, agents do have to get tested on this and, really go down the rabbit hole of learning what a subject to transaction is. But in other states, nobody has an idea. And so a subject to is just another way to sell that property, right? Now, where does your client win in this? Well, they'll get their ask price, right? 9 times out of 10, we come up on their ask price if we can adjust the terms a little bit. 2, they don't have to come out of pocket at closing, right? 3, they don't have to go into foreclosure. 4, they won't mess up their credit. 5, they can even learn the process and go and acquire a property that they can afford via the subject to route. And so you tell me, why are we not doing deals together via the creative way? I would love to network with you. I would love to JV with all you. Drop a comment, email me, like, subscribe. Let's do some deals together.